Sometimes the best places don't shout, they whisper, waiting for you to find them hidden beyond the usual path. Italy is full of these secrets. Around Lake Garda, you think you know the region, grand hotels, bustling towns, famous wine. But then you hear a name, Canale di Tenno. Not a grand city, not famous, but quietly deeply Italian. This is a story about a place where time seems to pause. Canale di Tenno, a medieval village in Trentino, built of stone and silence, feels worlds away from the modern rush. Here, you travel not just to see, but to feel. A different rhythm, a living history. It's an invitation to wander narrow alleyways, where the only sounds are your footsteps and a distant church bell. This isn't just a tourist spot. It's a journey into a more deliberate way of life. Some of the most profound experiences are found in the preserved and peaceful. So, let's explore this hidden corner of Italy together. Walk its cobbled lanes, touch its ancient stones, and discover its stories. Let the journey begin. The day begins with golden mountain light spilling over the peaks near Lake Garda. The air is crisp, scented with pine and earth. Today we leave the lake's famous shores and head into the hills. The road climbs through olive groves and vineyards, each turn revealing more spectacular views. Small hamlets pass by, life moving at a slower pace. The scenery distracts. Terraced gardens, ancient stone walls, cypress trees. The air cools as you ascend, the world below shrinking away. This isn't a highway. It's a country road that invites you to slow down. Signs for Canale di Tenno appear, modest, like the village itself. The final stretch winds through forest, anticipation building. You park outside. No cars are allowed within the ancient walls. Silence greets you, profound and inviting. You're ready to step out of the 21st century and into a story written in stone. Passing the wooden sign into Canale di Tenno, you feel a shift. The world outside fades. Cobblestones worn by centuries guide your steps. Narrow lanes wind between tall stone houses, their balconies bright with geraniums. No cars, no modern noise, just the village, built for wandering. Archways connect buildings, leading to hidden courtyards. Faded frescoes on walls hint at a long, pious history. The architecture slows you down. You meander, not rush. Peek into courtyards with stacked firewood and vegetable patches. It feels like you've entered a collective home, alive but calm. Every corner reveals a new scene, a staircase, a fountain, an old door. The atmosphere is thick with history but comforting. It's a reminder of endurance, of a simple life preserved. The silence here is full of stories. To understand Canale di Tenno, listen to the stories in its stones. The village's roots go back over 8 centuries, perched on a mountainside, watching history unfold. Built for its strategic position, it was a place of agriculture and resilience. Stone houses cluster together for protection. Narrow alleys confuse outsiders. Generations lived here, cultivating fields, raising livestock, gathering chestnuts. The 20th century brought change. Young people left. The village emptied. Houses crumbled. For a while it seemed destined to become a ghost town. But its isolation preserved it, a time capsule of medieval life. The village waited for someone to see its fragile beauty. Its next chapter wouldn't be written by farmers or soldiers, but by artists. Rediscovery and rebirth were on the horizon. The stones were ready for a new story. When Canale di Tenno seemed lost, artists arrived. After World War II, they saw not decay, but potential and tranquility. Led by Giacomo Vitone, they bought and restored abandoned houses, using traditional methods. Their goal, revive the village without sacrificing its soul. Artists became guardians, filling the silence with creativity. The village was reborn, not as a resort, but as a living work of art. It was saved by passion, not profit. Their legacy is everywhere. Restored homes, art on walls, creative energy in the air. Canale di Tenno remains a living, breathing community. The spirit of the place endures. The The artist's influence is the village's heartbeat. Art is everywhere. A sculpture in a niche, a painting by a door. The village itself is an open-air gallery. At its center is the Casa degli Artisti, a haven for artists from across Europe. Founded in the 1960s, it hosts exhibitions, workshops, and cultural events. Studios and galleries dot the village, filled with works inspired by its beauty. Artists don't just observe, they converse with the village, translating its silence and history into new forms. This creative presence gives Canale di Tenno its unique soul. Visitors are invited to see through an artist's eyes, noticing every detail. Here, beauty is not just seen, it's felt and created. Time in Canale di Tenno moves differently. A masterclass in slow living. You walk slower, breathe deeper, notice more. The world's noise fades. Time is marked by sun, bells, and seasons. Gardens and vegetable plots connect residents to the land. Fresh food grown steps from the kitchen is a daily pleasure. The village's tranquility encourages quiet contemplation. The main activity is simply being, sitting, listening, watching. Community is strong. Neighbors share life and history. As a visitor, you glimpse a peaceful, connected way of living. It makes you question your own pace. Here, slowing down is the greatest luxury. To understand the village's soul, visit its small museum, the Museo degli Attrezzi Agricoli. Housed in an old stone building, it's a tribute to daily life here. Inside, you find tools of survival, rakes, scythes, yokes, each telling a story of resilience. Cheese-making tools, grape presses, and chestnut grinders echo a life close to the land. Simple furnishings and traditional clothing reveal domestic life. It's a poignant reminder this village was built for survival, not tourism. The beauty we see is born from struggle and perseverance. The museum connects the picturesque village to the hands that built it. It deepens your respect for those who called this place home. Just beyond the village lies Lago di Tenno, a turquoise jewel in the forest. Its color is surreal, a result of minerals and reflected forest light. The lake is small, tranquil, untouched by towns or motorboats. Formed by a medieval landslide, it's encircled by a gentle walking path. A small island appears when water is low, adding to the magic. Locals swim here in summer, far from the crowds of Lake Garda. Above, Castello di Tenno stands guard, its silhouette dramatic against the sky. The castle, though private, adds history and grandeur to the landscape. From its heights, views stretch across the valley and the Brenta Dolomites. It's the perfect flourish on a landscape rich with beauty and history. As the day ends, you look back from above. Village stones, glowing lake, shimmering castle watching. This is more than a beautiful scene. It's a place that stirs the soul. The journey here is an immersion in a different way of life. Progress isn't always about building bigger. Sometimes it's about preserving what matters. Canale di Tenno is a testament to love, for beauty, history, and peace. It makes you wonder, could you trade your rush for this quiet rhythm even for a week? To wake to mountain air, walk ancient lanes, and let peace reset your soul. That's the gift of this place. A new perspective, a slower pace. It's a whisper from the past, reminding us that true peace still exists, and that perhaps is worth searching for.